I was saying the fiddle fig jig.
The
Oh
fiddle
my
fig jig.
gosh.
The fiddle fig jig.
Embarrassing.
You gotta say something about the fiddle fig jig.
Win a fiddle fig.
You're like, when a
Do a
fiddle
jig.
fig.
Oh my gosh. I'm recording right now. This is all potentially used.
Fiddle fig.
Newburgh, how are you guys doing? We're with Taylor and Ella from Uflora Plants, one of the newest businesses in Newburgh. They've had, I would say, a pretty successful opening over the last couple weeks, yeah?
Definitely, yeah.
Why don't you guys tell them a little bit about yourselves before getting into Uflora Planthouse? Plant house, plant shop?
Plant house, yeah.
Plant house and floral works. I'm Taylor. I grew up in Colorado. I went to George Fox for a degree in entrepreneurship, and then during my senior year, started working at Chapters, which is where I met Ella, which is where we sort of created the idea for Uflora.
I was doing floral design in Portland for a couple of years. I was looking out here for a studio space to start practicing independently and doing florals for weddings and events. My husband Andrew one day said, why don't Taylor and Josie and you and I just all start a business together? So we started brainstorming, and then we heard about this place opening up because Taylor used to work at Rendered, which was in this space before.
Gotcha. That was August of last year was when we got the space, but then we didn't open until April 3rd was our opening day.
And we were doing client-based work and florals for weddings and events because that was kind of functioning already, but just getting the retail brick and mortar portion open was the kind of slow roll because we'd never done it before, and since we're all both young couples, like we didn't have a ton of capital just to pour things into a week, so we had to make very deliberate steps and decisions to get to where we are now.
Awesome. What made you want to, since you're downtown, you said that you were looking for a space out this way, what made you interested in the Newburgh area? I
was very inspired by other small businesses and florists and kind of natural designers that worked with plants and flowers and nature-based products in the Portland area and the community I built there. And then I realized that there's nothing quite like that out here, and we have really loved the Newburgh community. My husband grew up in Newburgh. He really loves it here, Andrew, and he just was talking about that if we brought it out here, it would potentially just start a whole new area of creative work that it doesn't have already. Tell
Newburgh a little bit about what Uflora Planthouse is, what you guys specialize in.
So we have a few different key, I guess, areas of expertise or what we do. The first part is the retail plant shop, which is all there. These are all indoor house plants. So that's sort of the one major part here. We have this sort of back section, which is where we'll be hosting a lot of workshops. So from floral design to just doing actual art, there's going to be a lot of that happening, and then she can kind of speak to the weddings and events.
Yeah. So the houseplants we specialize in are cacti, succulents, indoor trees, and small foliage varieties. The studio section of the plant house is kind of for these creative workshops for craftsmen to come and teach their arts and wares, and for us to teach botanical arrangements and different sort of terrarium building and other fun creative things with florals and greens. We do weddings and events, we do installations, we're going to be doing floral subscriptions for wineries and businesses in the area who want weekly or monthly installments of fresh flowers. We're going to be doing plant leasing and all kinds of different small things where we can partner with different businesses to design their space.
I haven't heard of plant leasing before. What's that?
Some of our bigger pieces like giant palms or trees that are kind of an investment to buy, and a really big accent piece that transforms your space interior design wise. Some people are nervous to commit to those just because they're such a large investment and they don't know how to care for them. These are the kind of things that they can rent them from us for like a 6-month period. We place them and style them in their space, and then we're the ones that come and take care of them. That way the liability is completely off the business we are working for. Instead, it's our job to keep them alive, healthy, pruned, and looking nice for them, and then they have them for a certain period of time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so talk about the classes that you guys are going to be doing.
I've taught a lot of floral design,
Yeah.
so we do flower crown workshops, we do little posy bouquet arrangements, dried wreaths that you can put up in your home, centerpieces, floral arranging 101, just anything like that. Then we'll also go into terrarium building and staghorn fern mounting and different things that are more plant oriented as well. Then we'll also be inviting a lot of local artists and craftsmen to come teach their arts and wares. So this can include like watercolor work, macrame, wall hangings, anything that someone can come and teach 10 to 12 people hands-on how to learn a skill or an art form.
That's really cool.
We have a nice big space. We have a huge work table. We can fit 10 to 12 people in here. And we'll also just have this space available for people to rent if they really want to have a meeting or like a morning meetup with somebody that's in town, or any sort of thing back here that they can do before or during or after hours.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere for a meeting. Do you know how often the classes are going to be happening, or
Yeah.
like kind of when they'll be?
We're wanting to have 1 to 2 a month. It really depends on how many people are signing up, how many people are coming, how many artists are really wanting to teach their goods here in the shop. We've had a lot of interest, so I'm thinking 1 to 2 a month at least.
Nice.
Yeah.
You and I were talking a bit off camera. You started with cinema and then you decided to move outside of that, but how did you get into the plant space?
So I mean, I majored in entrepreneurship, and so I've always wanted to start a business of my own, but I didn't really have like a for sure set in something. I knew that I wanted to be some sort of creative atmosphere. Clothing was an idea that I had first thought of. With talking with Ella, with learning about what she did, and then sort of seeing this space when I was in here working for Rendered, it sort of just made sense with this massive window here. And I mean, I've always enjoyed looking at plants, and I love nature, like my desire to start a business and run a business, and then just the creative aspect and taking care of plants and bringing those two together.
It's a very different form of like what you would consider a creative art, right?
Yeah.
Like I see a lot of it goes into it, but when you think creative or you think art, you automatically go to like photography, you
Yeah.
know, paintings, watercolors, that sort of stuff.
I mean, my family was full of artists, and I always really liked detail-oriented things. So I gravitated naturally more toward design since I was younger. It was kind of like deciding that we were gonna do a lot of research and kind of fund a hobby, like something we really love, that we want to care for hundreds of plants, and there's no better way to do it than having a shop that we can share that love and knowledge with other people.
How can the community find you guys on social media? Where are you at?
So we have an Instagram, Uflora Planthouse, Facebook, Uflora Planthouse, and then we have also just a website, and that's UFLORA Planthouse, PLANTHOUSE.com.
Nice.
Instagram is definitely where we update most of photos and feeds, and that's where we'll be doing a lot of announcements for these workshops, for these creative gatherings that we'll be having here.
What are you guys' store hours? When can people come in and say hi?
We're open Tuesday through Sunday, 10 to 6.
Closed on Mondays.
And you were open last first Friday. Is that going to remain a thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
it definitely will.
Very
We'll
cool.
always have something kind of creative or fun for the first Friday as well. Whether it's fresh flower market bunches or some sort of terrariums that we've made that are for sale, it will just be something a little different to bring people in the doors.
Cool. Is there anything else that you want to tell Newberg?
So if you have a wedding coming up or an event or anything that you'd like fresh florals and greens, or an installment, something that will be a captivating, eye-catching piece for your event, reach out to us via email at hello@ufloraplanthouse.com, and we would love to arrange beautiful florals for you.
Thanks, Newberg, for tuning in. We will see you guys in the next episode. Take care.
Bye.
Taylor and Ella want to do something really special for you guys. Are you sure? You could be on camera. You can do whatever you want. They're going to be giving away a fiddle
Fig leaf fig.
fiddle leaf fig. This thing is like $200? A $210 fiddle leaf fig. Before we tell you how you're going to enter to win, you have to watch Taylor and Ella do a fiddle leaf fig jig. Here they go.
Jig on, jig it up. I'm jigging.
I I think that's enough of that.
Sweet.
To enter to win, share this video and tag someone in the comments below who you would like to bring with you to one of their community artistic event things. Is that a good way to say that?
Yeah, just our workshops.
Workshops, that's the word. See you guys.
What happened?
Fiddly fig.